So proud. This is what Yehovah said to me. To me. This is what Yehovah made known to me. Yeah. To me. This is what Yehovah told me in his secret place, in his hiding place. He told me this. Yes, he told me this. Oh woman, I'm sold in you. Oh woman, I'm lost in you. Oh woman, I just love you. Oh woman, I am in love with you, like I love life itself. Oh woman, I respect you. I honor you. I adore you. That is the way I taught and discipline myself for you. Oh, woman. Oh, woman. Oh, woman. Oh, woman. Great is your womb that covered me. Great is your breast that nourished me. Great is your thigh that shared me with the joy of my kingdom. With the glory of my kingdom. With the power of my kingdom. Oh woman, yeah. Oh woman, oh woman, 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 woman. This face makes you so attractive to me. This face makes you so attractive to me, yeah. This things makes you so attractive to me. Like a war in myself, like a flood in my heart, like a war in myself, like a flood in my heart. Your breast, your hair, your tongue, your womb, that I came in between your tongue to produce my son. I trapped my sperm in your womb to produce my son. You are not just a woman, but my sacred vessel, but part of my flesh. A woman, woman, woman. I confess to you, I would not be a man today without you. I would not be a father today without you. Oh, womb, you are my helper today. Oh, womb, you are my helper today. You are my great joy in all. You are my great joy in all. You are my great joy in heaven, in earth. You are my great joy in all. So glad to see my divinity power in you. To see my divinity power in you. To see my divinity power in you. So glad that I did. Ooh, so glad that I did. Ooh, you are the greatness of my throne. Greetings, greetings, greetings. Greetings from Abba Yahuwah to every one of us. I mean, the people of the book, the chosen nation, Yisrael scattered in the four corners of the earth. Greetings from the Father of light, Father of peace, Abba Yahuwah, into every one of our souls. Greatest of deliverance, cleansing, freedom, above it all, powerful testimony to the glory of Abba Yahuwah. Hope we are all doing great. If that is the case, like I always love to say, let His praise be heard in the four corners of the earth, just as Psalm 150 says, let everything that has breath praise ye Yahuwah. Yes, that is the criteria, the breath. Hallelujah. And again, if he thought the other way around, goes the opposite direction, still Abba Yahuwah said, give him the praise. He said, praise me in every circumstances, not some, but every circumstances. You see, he said, for this is my will concerning your life. Yes, devil needs to put something in the table, some material. You see, in order for Abba Yahuwah to turn it for good, they meant it for evil, but he's going to turn it for good. That is the material. The devil is the one that need to do that, okay? He is the one that need to put that right at the table. That is the material Abba Yahuwah needs to work with. Put that evil material, that evil thought, that evil plans, just lay down at the table. I'm going to meet you over there and turn it for good. That was why he said, praise me in every circumstances. For this is my will concerning you. Though they meant it for evil, but I'm going to turn it around for good in order for you to praise him. Hallelujah. If he now surrounds you with all your friends or with friends, the one that talk good about you, the one that love you, the one that show respect unto you, in whose presence is he going to set your table a blessing? In whose presence is he going to pour that overflowing oil upon you? Is it in the presence of your enemy? If the enemy does surround you, if they don't mount up wickedness around you, how is he going to set your table? Notice, he will set that table for you right in the presence of your enemy. Come on now, somebody. Let this be a working power strength in you. God not in the power of the word of encouragement of Abba Yahuwah. Now, that is our topic. I just want to throw that in because winds of circumstances is flying everywhere and we are human. You know, in the four corners of our life, every winds of all kinds is beating against us. We need a word like this, to move on. So right now, here we are, family, in the heavenly courtroom of Abba Yahuwah with this powerful message titled for you and me. You're an evil seed. Our Abba is a son of our great eternal King of Kings. Maybe part one, I don't know yet. If I'm able to end it all right in this clip, one video, fine by me. Otherwise, this is going to be called part one. If I will be able, I will try my best. But if not, family, I encourage you to follow up with part two. So this will be titled part one. All right now. So how does this play out? Let us begin to unveil. Okay. The Abba of Edom, all right, is a sign, okay, of our great eternal King of Kings. Is king. And he is the head of all kings, whether worldly king or biblical king. So let them all grow together. So let us begin to unveil how is Abba of Edom now a sign of the eternal one. So let's do it together. Revelation 19:16, I read, and he hath on his vesture and on his thigh a name written, King of Kings and Lord of Lords. Did you get it? He's the King of all kings and he's the Adonai of Adonai. All right. So it said there is a name written under his thigh. What could that be? He's a father. He's a wonderful, lovely husband. That written under in his thigh simply means marital covenant. Genesis 24 has the answer for us when Father Abraham, whom you call Abraham, said to Eliezer,
Okay, the eldest of his old servant unto him, go and fetch a wife for my son. Come and put your hands now in my thigh, that you will never give a sinful woman, a wicked woman like Ijori, to my son. So it's a marital covenant, okay? And that is what over there, remember, is the second and eternal Adam. He is fulfilling or restoring back the fallen state, this kingdom that's, dispersed, being dispersed now into every worldly kingdom. It belongs to the people of the book. Now, it fell. That kingdom fell right in Genesis 3. Right at Genesis 3, he crumbled. He got crushed by the serpent. All right. So, therefore, Abayawa still living on earth. Okay. For then to be preserved, teaching you and me how the King of Kings eternal kingdom is going to be. So he is restoring the first Adam. Just as the first Adam was a husband and a father, and likewise, the second eternal Adam is going to be a lovely wife, and I am his wife. I'm not joking. Let's put some more. Romans chapter 1, verses 20, I read, for the invisible things of him from the creation of the world are clearly seen. Clearly seen. Clearly seen. The fully state right in Genesis 3 is clearly seen. It's not gone. It's not lost eternal. There is a preservedness of that kingdom that is already been dispatched into the four corners of the earth to preserve it. Because Abayawa is not going to start doing the whole matter again. No, it's renovation. Just to renovate. Like our body is corrupt. A glorified body simply means renovation. Okay? To renovate. Not to create you anew, not, but to do some renovation inside of you. That's it. Now, I read again. For the invisible things of him from the creation of the world are clearly seen, be understood by the things that are made, even his eternal power and Godhead, so that they are without excuse. You have no excuses, eh? You have no excuse. You have no excuses now. How does this, work? Listen now. If you want to know how the eternal kingdom is going to be, apart from the, multiple wives and the serving of wood and stones, rule that one out. That one is out of the land. That one is written off contract. That doesn't exist in our own. It's one man, one wife. Listen now. That is not my calling, okay? Listen. Now, it said the invisible things is being understood by the visible one. Now, if you want to know how is it the functioning of the King of Kings kingdom is going to be, look into the Oba of Edo kingdom, ruler two case, the idol worshipping and the wife multiplication. We don't no multiply. It said king needs just one wife. King ought not to multiply wife. Okay, but who am I? I'm not judging him. The Oba of Edo. Not at all. It's not my calling. But I'm speaking from the word of Abayawa. Why? Because we are blending the both kings together. The higher one and the lower one. The higher one is the eternal King of Kings. So because I'm bringing him into the picture, he's a husband like Oba, but one wife. He's not going to multiply, no wife. So wrote that one as just write it off. The stones and wood, write it off. Then look into the functioning system. How people fear him, how people worship him, how people pay homage to him, how people stand in awe, in amazement, and say, wow, Boriri, the fierceness of him. How fearsome Oba of Edo is before people. Look into that. That is the sign I'm talking about. So let's put some more. So he is ministering unto you and me, the invisible one. In other words, Abayawa is using the early kings to prepare our hearts. So we are without excuses. To prepare our hearts, when his son comes, we already know how to do it. That memory is kept here on earth. It's not wiped out. Only renovation. That's what that memory needs. Let me tell you now. You see, when Yuri buys into the authority of Oba of Edo, everyone prophesied. Everyone was, professing it and said, this has never happened. No one has ever dared speak against the Oba of Edo. No one in history. What Yuri is doing It's never been done. Now let me tell you. This is how Iyore also burst into the Kings of Kings authority. By saying you're suffering right at the cross 9 good hours is not good enough. I'm going to let you know that we need to add salt and water. In like manner, you also said the governing system of Oba of Edo is not good enough. I'm going to let you know that you need to add salt and water. Okay, I'm going to tell you we need some renovation Oba of Edo. And this is how we need to. She just challenged their authority. Now, when she challenged the authority of the Obas of Edo, what did Edos, the indigenous Edo, what did they do? Oh, my father. We all picked up a sword, want to stone her. We all carry weapons of mass destruction. We all begin to release whatever we know because you dare speak against our Oba. The very sign for me and to be looking into the eternal one, the one where I belong eternal, you dare speak against it. We all, no one mercy. Huh? Why? Because Oba Ogboriri, no. Let us begin to throw scripture into that Ogboriri. Not that we are dealing with a mere man. You are dealing with a supernatural man. Let me tell you, if it is Buhari that have this many wives, if it is Buhari I'm talking to here today, if this message has to do with Buhari, with Obaseki, I will finish them without no fear. But to my I have a reserve. That is the fear. That is how fearsome it is. Why? Because there is a supernatural being behind him. Okay? That is the divinity of the kings of King Yahuwah. Now let's put scriptures. Okay? Let's put scriptures. That you dare not raise up your head against such one. Isaac Morioba. They are here for a sign. Even though the governor, the system were on, you are not the one to speak. Let the one that make them Oba rebuke them. Just as Abayiwa rebuked Oba Pharaoh. Just as Abayiwa rebuked Oba Herod. He made law because they are not ordinary people. Iyore bounced into the authority of Oba Fedo. In like manner, she also bounced into the authority of the King of Kings. That one no mercy. That one, no mercy, you blaspheme the cross, just as you blasphemed the authority of Oba of Edo. In like manner, in fact, the cross is even more heavier. It's even more heavier. So let's put some more. Here I am. Exodus chapter 20, verses 18 to 19. And all the people saw the thunderings and the lightnings and the noise of the trumpet and the mountain smoking, and when the people saw it, they removed and stood afar off. And they said unto Moshe, speak thou with us, and we will hear. But let not Yahuwah speak with us, lest we will all die. Only his voice, not that they saw him in his... that is the Boriri. This is how fearsome. Did they see him? Just his voice. I beg, tell this man not to speak to us anymore. We're gonna die by the sound, just the sound of his voice. That is the on. That is the fierceness. That is the oh my God, I lost words. This is how fearsome it is. All right, now Daniel, if you have time, you can read all chapter 10 because all reveal the power of Abba Yahuwah revealed right here in Daniel chapter 10. Let's see. Okay, let me take it from 504. On the 24th day of the first month, as I was standing on the bank of the great river, okay, the Tigris, 5, I looked up, and there before me was a man dressed in linen with a bed of the finest gold around his waist. My king is so awesome. In fact, when I see how romantic this my king is, the King of Kings, I always fall in love with him. I always dream about him to come and be my husband. Just as Iyore is lusting after our Oba of Edo. Iyore said while she was in the dream, she saw Oba of Edo romancing how every woman love good. Oh my father, every woman love good things. You see how my King of Kings, you see how he dressed? Wonderful. I'm loving him. Listen now. 6 now. His body was like, okay, crystal. His face like lightning. His eyes like flaming fire. Did you get that? His arm and legs like the gloom of, burnished bronze, and his voice like the sound of a multitude. Kutu, 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 kutu. Fearsome. You ran away, 7. I, Daniel, was the only one who saw the vision. The men with me did not see it, but such terror overwhelmed them that they fled away and hid themselves. Only his voice, eh? Not it. So I was left alone, gazing at this great vision. I had no strength left. My face turned deadly. Okay, and I was helpless. Then I heard speaking. Then I heard him speaking, and as I listened to him, I fell into a deep sleep. Come on now. My face to the ground. Come on now. This is my own husband and the King of Kings. Not dare him. He had touched me and set me trembling on my feet. On my knees, not even feet, it was nearly down. This is how fearsome it is. This is how fearsome it is. And this is the characteristics Abe you also extended to the Oba of Edo. Not all. Few just little of it. That is why in your Oba, Uboriri. When the Yoruba begin to speak against them, everybody say, "You are not afraid." We have never heard of this. Has never happened. Let me tell you, don't downgrade Iyore. Iyore is prophetic. Iyore is not just a live video presenter, illiterate, locally village woman from one dead village brought into whatever and begin to talk trash. She is not just doing that because she wants to. No, she is prophetic. She is prophetic in a door. She is in a powerful movement of the signs of the last days for the beast. For the beast. Don't downgrade that woman. She's prophetic like I always, Yes, that's it. You see, so she's not afraid. That's why she talks anyhow. That's why she raised up her head and burst into the king authority. And she did not end that madness over. They also come to my king of kings and so burst into his authority and say, "You're good. Your cross is not good enough. I have an idea, okay? Let's do it this way. This time by salt and water." Now, Revelation chapter 1, verses 70, another dreadfulness of my king. Revelation 1:70. And when I saw him, I fell at his feet as dead man. And he laid his right hand upon me, saying unto me, "Fear not, I am the first and the last. I am he that liveth and was dead, and behold, I'm alive forevermore. Amen. And I have the keys of hell and of death." You see, so no one has ever saw the divinity. This is the divinity. Let me tell you one thing. When he come as a man, he did not come with this power. He just came just like him. Because if he come with this power, nobody can put him in the cross. So you and I is going to be hopeless. No salvation. He dropped all this glory right in heaven. That was why he said he became poor for our sake, in order for you and I to become rich. That's it. If he came with the power of his divinity, oh no. He don't even dare. You see, so he dropped all this glory right in here. But when he's coming now, he's coming with this divinity. And that is some area he extended unto the worldly kings. For a reason. For the earth to still have that memory of the fear of the Obas. They are not just an ordinary people. There is a man behind them. There is unseen power inside of them that brings about that fear. And you want let it so. And we're going to know why he let it so. Since they are not worshiping him. They are doing it in paganism way. Why? It's a memory. He said for the invisible things is clearly seen by the visible. That was why I said the multiplying of a wife, put that one aside. And so I will worship. Just those two. It is a write-off case. And look into the service and into his, appearance. How does it look like in the sight of people? What is the reaction when people see him? That's what we are talking about. Adonaba imo Odono se imo Igo no ge imo oh. Igo no kwenye miya. Igo no kwenye miya. Igo no kwenye miya. Odo no ba imo oh. Odo no ge imo oh. Igo no ga imo Igo no kwenye miya. I love the King of Kings with all passion. We put some scriptures. Now, when you bounce into the authority, that means blasphemy. Listen, let's see another fear. Another kind of fear. We see the other first fear. He said the fear of Jehovah is the beginning of wisdom. You are not going to be fearing Jehovah as a monster. No, you're going to fear a rest. He says the beginning is the fandom. That is, it is the beginning of wisdom. Simply means, or simply put now, it is the decking of your house. It is the foundation of your house. When you want to build the house, you lay down the foundation. Lay down the foundation of your life with the fear of Jehovah, with the fear of the King of Kings, and with the fear of this Oba. Now, when you're, downgrade that fear, now she is afraid. She can't go to Benin. She needs security. Yeah, because he that break the edges, 7 is going to bite you. Right now, here we are, Revelation 6, 15 to 16. And the kings, listen up, and the kings of the earth, and the great men, and the rich men, and the chief captains, and the mighty men, and every band-man, and every free man, hide themselves in the dawns and in the rocks of the mountain, and said to the mountains and rocks, fall on us, and hide us from the face of him that sitteth on the throne, and from the wrath of the Lamb. This is the presence of my King here on earth. Even all the earthly kings, they're gonna fly away. Because he ought to be feared. He ought to be feared among all kings. Is more awesome, is powerful, is awesome above all those that surround him. The king, earthly king, they're going to fly away. I said, this one pass us to hide us somewhere. So this is the fierceness. This is how fearsome his divinity is. Of whom or which he also extend a little part, little inch of it to the earthly king. That's why we fear them. I said, if this message has to do with president and governor, you will have been hearing some nonsense from my mouth. But this one, I have a reserve. There's area I can't go because the fear is there. See another fear. Genesis 3, 9 to 11. And Yahweh Elohim called unto Adam and said unto him, where art thou? And he said, I heard thy voice in the garden, and I was afraid. And I was afraid because I was naked, and I hid myself. He is the first king. He who turned his kingdom into a worldly kingdom, like what we are seeing today. Here, they turned it into a worldly kingdom. After Yahweh gave him the eternal king, rule and reign, king, queen. You are the king, and you are the king, queen. Rule and let them both rule dominion. He is the king of kings. He should have been king of kings on earth. But he now turned his kingdom into a worldly kingdom. And when judgment now called for the first king on earth, he fled away. He hid himself. This is how fearsome. This in the both way, they are all dreadful. But the very fear of Yahuwah, not for you to fear him like a monster, but fear him and let that fear of Yahuwah becomes the very foundation of your house, becomes the very solid foundation. Whereby you build your whole house, you build your own life, you build your own salvation. Therefore, you're going to see him in the power of his lovely, of his awesomeness. But when you break the rules, like Yore breaks the rules, bursts into his, authority, and begin to say, I think salt and water is more better than the cross. Now you are dictating for the King of Kings, as you also dictate for the King of Abafedu. Therefore, this is the judgment. You can't stand it. You can. This is the first worldly, because it turned himself into worldly Oba. He fled away. That's it. Now, if you have time, you can read 1 Kings chapter 11. Another great folly of the king. Another great folly of the royal empire or the royal kingdom. Another great folly. I read now. 1 Kings chapter 11 verses 11. Wherefore, Yahweh said unto Solomon, for as much as this is done of thee, And thou hast not kept my covenant and my statutes, which I have commanded thee. I will surely rent the kingdom from thee, and I will give it to thy servant. I'm gonna give it to your servant, the one that's supposed to be a husband for you, the one that was supposed to be your servant, attending you. I'm gonna give him the kingdom. Let's see how does that play out over here. He rent the kingdom. He give it to the worldly kingdom. Give it to the worldly king. And you're the people of the book, you now become servants. Yes. Ecclesiastes chapter 10, verses 7 to now so. Or 6. Funny is, okay, let me take it from 6. Funny is set in great dignity, and the rich sit in low places. Okay, 7. I have seen servants, this is what I want. I have seen servants upon horses, and princes walking as servants upon the earth. That's it. You see, servant is walking upon horses, and you, the prince, you are not walking with your barefoot. Yes, because the kingdom is already being rent out of your hand as the people of the book and be given to the worldly people. Now, 5 verses 8, very important. He that diggeth a pit shall fall into it. Yes, you the first king dig a pit of slavery, he fall into it, and his posterity. Here we are today. And whosoever breaketh an edge, a serpent shall bite him. The serpent bite him. You want to turn your kingdom into a worldly kingdom. Therefore, have it. A serpent biting. Let's see how the serpent biting. Here I am, Luke chapter 4, verses 5 also. And the devil taking him up into an high mountain, showed unto him all the kingdoms. Remember, it's a king with kingdom. All the kingdoms of the world is in a moment of a time. In a moment of time. And the devil said unto him, all this power will I give thee, and the glory of them, for that is delivered unto me. Who gave it unto the devil? And also, and to whomsoever I will, I give it to them. If thou, therefore, will fall and worship me, it will be yours. Who gave it to him? This is how serpent bite him. Adam gave it, the first king, gave it to the serpent. And the serpent now began to pervert it into nonsense. Multiple wife, multiplying wives and wealth and all these things, not in a righteous way, like King Solomon. We see what he did. 1,000 wives, he messed it up. He turned it into nonsense, into rubbish. And this is the kingdom we are today. He make big fool of this kingdom. He says, it's been delivered unto me, and I can give it to whosoever. He gave it in dispassion. But I bet you what allowed this to happen. Give it to whosoever you want to give it to retain that memory. Okay, here on earth. Because I bet you what it's not going to continue be teaching us how the kingdom was. No, you are learning from the worldly kings. That is the memory. That is the sign. Here I am, Matthew 21, verses 43. Therefore I say unto you, the kingdom of Yahweh shall be taken from you and given to a nation, bringing forth the fruits thereof. Now, what is the fruits now? To keep the memory on earth. Because sin always make us to lose who we are. Sin always get us out of our, calling into whom we are not. As soon as you rebel, it don't work with. You look at a mighty, powerful man of Jehovah, Samson. That is Judges. Judges chapter 16 or so. Yes, Delilah. Mighty, powerful man of Jehovah. Fell. When he sinned, Abayewa left him. He never knew Abayewa is gone already. So when the serpent came, he taught him a lesson of his life. So that is what sin does. It's going to turn you that's supposed to be a king, it's going to turn you to nonsense. That's it. He said this kingdom is taken from you because you are the people of the book. It was being delivered unto you. But because you refuse to do it rightly, therefore it's taken from you. And I'll give it to the worldly king for a memory to be preserved here on earth. The functioning, okay? The fear. How we need to fear the King of Kings is being kept here on earth. Now, according to the book of Yashar, chapter 3, the first, after the fall of Adam, the seventh from Adam, called Anuka, the one whom you call Enoch, was the another first king to be ordained here on earth. If you have the book of Yeshua, you can read it. Chapter 3, verses 9 to 10. Okay. He was made a king. The kings of the earth, because it's already been given unto them, they made him a king. When they now saw the superpower of Abba Yehoshua in him, they now said, no, this one is heavier than us. This one supersedes all of us. Come and become our king. Be our king. So he was the first king, the seventh from Adam became the first king here on earth. Okay, after the fallen state, no king has ever been ordained apart from Anuka. It has to be so because it's the seventh. Now, chapter 4, verses 2, we now also see when Adnuk raptured into heaven, his son Methuselah was being ordained king in his father's seat of Yoba or Yoba. Okay, so to keep the memory, in order for the memory not to perish away, and we see all this from the worldly king of Yoba. I vote. You don't vote them into power like president, like a governor. No, this is from the heavenly. This is supernatural. This supersedes all authority. Every president, whatever governor will be done away with. But this is the eternal one. That is why Abba Yehoshua left them here on earth to teach people like me the functioning system of the kingdom. Now, that's the book of Yashar, chapter 7, verses 24 to 30. We see the very first wicked king on earth, Nimrod. You can also get that account in Genesis chapter 11. Nimrod, always built against Abba Yehoshua. Okay, always built against Abba. That is the meaning of the Tower of Babel. Listen now. Chapter 7, verses 24 to 30. That was the first king, Nimrod. What made Nimrod powerful here on earth? It was the garment of the first king he stole. He stole it, okay, and put it upon himself. And he said from that moment, he now become mighty king. He now become powerful king on earth. Nimrod, don't dare him, okay. When Nimrod died, his son preceded him. Orioba or Orioba, nobody votes them into power, okay. Now, verses, where is the verses? Where his son took over. If you have, you can just read it. Okay, from verses 45 to 47, his son took over as king, worldly king. Now, Genesis now 11, when Abba Yehoshua scattered the nations, because Nimrod, the system of Nimrod is to build against Abba Yehoshua. When Abba Yehoshua ended the system of building against him, throwing in confusion, everyone goes with the teachings of Nimrod. That is where the stone and wood came from. That is where the sex perversion came from. That is why the multiply wives came from. That is why all this unjust gain came from. As soon as Abba Yehoshua scattered Nimrod plans, every pieces of Nimrod travel far the four corners of the earth. This is where we now get the kings, worldly king, in the four corners of the earth. They came, the teachings, and whatever came from Nimrod. That also make the, but in totality or in all, it is the will of Abba Yehoshua. Okay, Abba Yehoshua can stop Nimrod not to take that garment, the very garment Abba Yehoshua made for the first man and the first woman. Nimrod stole it, and he said when he put on that garment, that become powerful. So that is the power today extended to the earthly kings. Because when Abba Yehoshua scattered, they all goes along Nimrod teaching, because he was the first one to build stones and wood to be bowed down to him. He was the first man. And that's what we are seeing today in the kingdom. But Abba Yehoshua allows it to happen. If not, he's ever able to stop it. But sin is going to make us to lose who we are as a person. Okay? So that's why today in this worldly kingdom, worldly king's kingdom, okay, they don't fear Yehoshua. They do things in their own way. Yes, that is the teachings of Nimrod. Nimrod brought about that renovation. Let's be bound to wood now and stones. He brought about it. And people is really, buying that system. Okay? In order to build against Abba. What is the teachings of Nimrod? Let us make name for ourselves. Let's build this tower. What is tower? A Tower of Babel. Simply make confusion. So let's build this tower for ourselves in order for us to make name for ourselves. Okay? And that is the system of the... No, I can also say, yes, of course, Abba Yehoshua allows it to happen. Even though they said it is so, even though Nimrod teaching is still flying everywhere, but still Abba Yehoshua let it happen. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm talking about. So let me give you the picture. Abba Yehoshua is the one that sustains it, whether worldly king or biblical king. He is the one that sustained them all. Listen now. Genesis 7, verses 2. I read. Of every clean beast thou shalt take to thee by sevens, the male and the female, and of beasts that are not clean by two, the male and his female. Did you get that? It said, upon of every clean animal, okay, take 7. But the unclean one, they are also being chosen. So whether worldly king worship stone and wood, fine. I bet you want let it be. If he doesn't want it, he should have just stopped it. Family is gonna be chapter 1. Excuse me, I said chapter 1. It's gonna be part 1 and 2. This is part 1. So because I'm running out of time and I still have a lot of things to put, how sin is gonna make people to lose their kingship and queenship. Okay? And be given unto order that will utilize it. Abba Yehovah. Okay, right now you see, it said when you are going into the into the ark, although he destroyed every animal, people, whatever, he put stop. Only 8 people survived. Okay, now. So why should Abba Yehovah take the unclean animal again? Why? Because the clean should have been taken in order for cleanness to continue, in order for righteousness to continue. That isn't it. But he also asked him to take unclean beast. And we all know we pacify animal or animal pacify us. Like when we are the sheep of Yisrael. Okay? Like the Gentile, they are being called dogs. You can see that in Matthew chapter 7 verses 6. Don't give what is sacred to dogs and pigs. Alright? Now when you also go to Matthew chapter 15, I think 21 to 27 over there, we also see the biblical Messiah also called the Gentiles again dogs. Okay? So we see all this folly deity also being called dragon, called beast. You see? And the biblical Messiah, what is it being called? Lamb. And the Holy Spirit, the symbol of the Holy Spirit, what is it? Dove. So that's it. You see? So now he's still referring to clean people and unclean people, or the righteousness and unrighteousness. Both is being chosen for a reason. So let both grow until the end. So what am I saying? The worldly king is a sign to the eternal King of Kings kingdom, the governance system. Apart from the one I rules out. Okay. Now another choosing. John chapter 6 verses 17. Yahushua answered them, have I not chosen you 12? And one of you is a devil. And now I can listen now. Come on now. How can the biblical Messiah choose a devil? He said, did I not choose you all 12? But one of you is devil. That is one of you is unclean. One of you is going to be doing the will of serpent. Unclean. One of you is going to beat against the cross. Okay. So both clean and unclean is being chosen. He said, let both grow together until the end of it, or until the end of 7,000 years. This kings, worldly kings, functioning system is going to be going on. And the last king to rule, it is Islam. That is the promise Abba Yehovah gave unto Ishmael. Okay, in Genesis 16, he gave a promises. In Genesis 17, he also gave a promises that he's going to be king. And he's going to be worshipped by his brethren. That is the Sharia law. That is the Third World War. That is the Great Tribulation. Abba Yehovah ordained it. He is the last empire kingdom to go. Islam. And Ishmael is coming back. Alright. Nimrod is coming back. Esau is coming back. And Cain is coming back. That is their resurrection. You can see that in Revelation chapter 9. It said 200 million army resurrect demons or dead people falling one resurrect from the bottomless pit to Rahel, to convert the whole world to Islam. Okay, so they are coming back because that is again the 4 horsemen. The white one is Ishmael. Ishmael is coming as a king. He dressed as a king. While the second one is Nimrod, sin. He says it take away peace from the earth. Where do we get that? The Tower of Babel. Why is it because confusion? Where there is no peace, there is confusion. He was the first king to build against Abba Yehovah. Okay? And that consummation of it is in Islam. They are all coming. They are one kingdom. Now the third horseman is Esau. You're gonna lose your salvation because of famine, because Esau loses birthright because of food. So this is the oxman that is gonna cause full scarcity. Okay, here on earth, Ishmael. Oh, that is Ishmael. They are coming back. Now the fourth one, he said his name is called death. When he killed, just throw into the eternal hell. That is Cain. He's coming again to kill the righteous Abel that refused to take the mark of the beast. Is gonna slay you. You can find this in Revelation chapter 6. Where to 6. That is the final kingdom. That is the final king, earthly king or worldly king. That is the final system of it all. Until the end of the 7,000 years, when the King of Kings will not take over, and you're gonna see the powerful kingdom, and you're gonna see how awesome it is, and the whole earth is gonna be restored back to the people of the book. So follow up with part 2. I don't know if I will be able to do that, or I will extend that on the Shabbat. I'm going to take the part 2 personally Shabbat. Okay? Because Abba Yehovah wants us to remain in our lane and in our seat. When we keep doing what is not right and what is not right before Abba Yehovah, is going to keep sending us into exile. He sent the people of the book and their kingdom into exile. He exiled them. And give it to the people that will keep the memory for him here on earth. So follow up with part 2, I think Shabbat, okay? Now, another memory to be kept by the seed of Sempet. Listen, Revelation 2:9. I know thy works, and thy tribulation, and thy poverty, but thou art rich. And I know the blasphemy of them which say they are Yahudim, and are not, but are the synagogue of Satan. So, does it not have the power to stop them not to be taking someone else's identity? Why are you impersonating others? He can stop it, but he allowed them to impersonate the people of the book to preserve, okay, to preserve that honor here on earth. The chosen nation, Yahudim, the one they call Jewish. It's not all, it's just one tribe. That is the kingly tribe. He gave it to the synagogue of Satan to keep it. Okay, the kingly tribe is in those one's hand now, as we are talking now. Revelation 3:9 again. Behold, I will make them of the synagogue of Satan, which say they are Yahudims and are not, but do lie. Behold, I will make them to come and worship before thy feet, and to know that I have loved thee, because these are my own people. I pushed them away because they rebelled. Follow up with part 2. They lost the glory, but I'm returning back that glory unto them. Now the glory is in the hands of the synagogue of Satan. He has the power to stop it, but he wanted to keep the memory here on earth. That is how they'll be chosen. So right now, I want to do the finishing in the second video, but that will be done in Shabbat. Or if I'm busy less, I can also do it before Shabbat. Or we just leave it for Shabbat. Anyone. Okay, family, stay tuned on the Shabbat or before Shabbat for the finishing topic. Don't lose your glory.